What is up, guys? Welcome to Boomer Base. Today, what I thought was going to be an after cinema reviews, I didn't actually end up going and seeing a movie. Essentially, I thought I was going to see the original Transformers movie for like an anniversary. I thought it was its 40th anniversary at the cinema as I saw it at Odeon and things. But when I got there, it just turns out it was actually the 40th anniversary event of Transformers since it started, and it basically turned into just watching the first 4 original episodes. So I'm just gonna have a bit of a discussion and talk about it and bring a bit of a kind of a review, if you like, of just sort of this 40th anniversary event. But without further ado, let's get cracking. So, as I mentioned, I stumbled into this thinking it was a movie. I won't lie, I was disappointed with the fact that I wasn't going to see the movie, because I enjoy the movie. I obviously didn't grow up with the original sort of G1 and sort of G2 of Transformers, but I definitely at least caught some of that sort of stuff when I was younger, and I remember watching the original Transformers movie when I was younger. Admittedly, Transformers for me kind of began with a little bit of Beast Wars, but mainly sort of the sort of end of Beast Wars with the Beast Wars, or the Beast Machines, I think it was called, Transformers, and then it sort of went into that beginning of the 2000s with Transformers Robots in Disguise. There was also Transformers Armada, there was Transformers Energon as well, and then I think I finished off with Transformers Cybertron was where I finished. I haven't watched any of the other Transformers that have come since. Have honestly no idea if they're any good at all. I have watched the first part of the Transformers, I think it's Cyberverse, that's on Netflix or something like that. I've watched the first part of that thing on Netflix, but overall it was kind of cool to rewatch the first 4 episodes after I'd got past the fact that I wasn't going to be watching the film. It was quite cool. Like, it's crazy to think that Transformers as a whole has been out for 40 years. Like, that's bonkers. Before the sort of thing began, it showed us a new trailer for the Transformers EarthSpark, which honestly looked shit. It looked diabolical. Like, holy fuck. Like, compare EarthSparks to some of that greatness from like the Cybertron, Armada, Energon, Cybertron sort of era. You're laughing. This EarthSpark stuff looks crap. Some of the special effects look like the sort of things that you could get on like CapCut and like and TikTok and things, with some of the smoke effects and things. It actually looked terrible. I can't believe they're marketing that. And then we saw a trailer for the Transformers 1, which I hadn't actually seen, and I don't know what to think about that. In one retrospect, it looks semi-cool, but it's just doesn't at the same time, so I'm going to kind of keep my thoughts reserved for that, but I don't think it's going to be amazing. I think it's going to make a lot of fans unhappy, but I'll try to take it with a pinch of salt when I do come to watch it. But one of the main aspects of this sort of 4 beginning episodes was that from what they said, the original voice actors came back. I think potentially bar any that maybe have passed away since. There was a big memoriam thing at the end for a load of, I think, actors and actresses that have passed away and things since. But the original voice actors came back. Essentially, you got this kind of 50 to 70% of the screen was taken up by the first episode, and then a little bit to the right of it, you got to basically see like Peter Cullen, etc., voicing at the same time the characters were voicing. There was like a redubbing for just that specific first episode, which was really cool. And then even afterwards, they kind of showed a bit of like bloopers where they were just kind of all laughing and things, and it was honestly just really nice to see. Like, it was humbling in like a cool way. And then it then carried on for the rest of the 2 episodes for the first part, The More Than Meets the Eye, and then it showed the 4th episode randomly, which I don't really understand why it just showed the 4th when it showed the first episode as its 3 parts. Oh, The More Than Meets the Eye has 3 parts of like 20 minutes, then there's the next episode afterwards, but I don't really know why they showed that 4th one. I'll get into like the nitty gritty of it, I suppose. Like, I asked a few people after the cinema if they were expecting to go watch the Transformers film, and they did as well, so I think a fair few people were sort of caught off guard, or maybe it just wasn't advertised very well by Odeon. I don't know. But I mean, it's still fine, like with Odeon Limitless for me. Like, I didn't have to pay really or anything like that, so it was fine. I would do a side pin, like for me, the Michael Bay trilogy of Transformers phenomenal. I love those top to bottom. Like, they are my bread and butter. If I want to just go enjoy some Transformers, I will watch those. They look fucking phenomenal. Shia LaBeouf, so underrated in it. He is amazing in them. He's one of the reasons why I will return to those films, bar it's just amazing special effects and CGI. It just looks shit hot. The fourth one, it's okay. It has a lot of redeemable things with the Autobots and sort of the Decepticons and the sort of like bounty hunter-esque things with Lockdown. It's just more the human element lets this one down a lot more, and sort of the kind of like skippage of where our previous characters went. And then the fifth one, yeah, it's got some cool visuals. I'll say that. And then the most recent one was very, very cool. Transformers Rise of the Beasts, that was it. That one I really enjoyed. It was definitely not on par with the Michael Bay trilogy, but it was on that sort of same vein for me. So that's just kind of my stance on Transformers as a whole. So obviously, having not grown up with the original sort of G1, for me it felt very dated watching these 4 episodes. And just even the sort of formula, there was a lot of sort of like commercial breaks and ad breaks and sort of flipping between the Autobot symbol to the Decepticon symbol, and it just sort of, it was a bit difficult. Like, I can appreciate that it was still kind of cool. Some of the special effects were kind of cool, or the sound, maybe engineering should I call it, although one of them was definitely the sound for the lightsaber. It was just one of those things where, like, I know it holds a big place in a lot of people's hearts, the original thing. It's just, for me, I don't have the nostalgia to back up liking something like that. Like, if it's something that I used to properly watch as a kid and I watch it now and it looks very dated, the nostalgia kind of helps a little bit with that. But for me, I just didn't have that element. Like, it was still fine to watch, I just probably couldn't watch too many episodes of it in a row. It's not binge worthy. It's quite difficult. What I didn't know is that, like, sort of one thing that I sort of didn't really realise, and I'm not even sure if I even remember noticing it when I watched the film. Probably I watched the Transformers like cartoon film probably in the last maybe 6 months or so, and I'm not sure if I even clocked it then. But like, from watching these 4, like, there was Spike, and then I think there was his dad or something. And then I know in the cartoon there's Daniel, but they might be the same people now, so I'm not actually too sure. But I had no idea that they were like a Witwicky, which kind of just fully elevates sort of Sam Witwicky as a character for me, how it's kind of, that's still tied in and things. For the like original sort of G1 Transformers, I recall having, or maybe not G1, I don't know, around that sort of early sort of G1, G2 aesthetic, I remember having some of the Transformers, the foldable ones, or it might have been some of the Minicons as well. I'm not sure. I had a couple bits and bobs, but I don't think I had any of the sort of 2000s toys onwards of Transformers. I recall having some of the Beast Machine stuff because they were odd, but no, I wish I'd grown up collecting Transformers toys. You know, same with like G.I. Joe stuff. They just like look cool. When I watch people that have collected them, it's just something that just looks insanely cool. But overall, it was like a cool experience. I wish maybe we'd got some more for something that was like a 40th event. I understand watching the redubbing of the first episode was cool. That was the type of stuff I'd been looking for in this sort of 40th event. And I could even have tolerated the extra 2 episodes for the More Than Meets the Eye to complete that, you know, 3-parter. But maybe just giving us something else instead of that 4th episode would have been more enjoyable. Maybe just some more sort of behind the scenes of them dubbing it, just more laughs, maybe just talking about some of the history of Transformers, because that would have been probably really cool. But this is the first time, to be fair, I've ever been to the cinema where it's been like an anniversary event thing. So, I mean, it was okay. I will expect more going forwards, but obviously I don't think that will actually happen. But overall, I mean, this video should hopefully go out tomorrow. In my area, there's only a couple more showings of it. If you somehow managed to catch this before then, or if you managed to go see it, let me know what you thought. Did you think you were going to see the Transformers film? Potentially you probably were as well. But thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and tune in to another episode here on Boomer Base as and when. You take care now. Bye-bye. Hey, thank you for watching the video. Click the button to keep watching, or click the other video for more videos, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.